Today I wanted to sit down and celebrate 4 years of uploading on YouTube. Now, this seems crazy to me. This number is like absolutely bonkers. I can't believe it's been 4 years. I still remember the first video that I uploaded on this channel, and I'm just a bit baffled, really. I've come so far, and especially in the past month, I feel like my channel has kind of exploded a little bit. I've had more PR packages in the past month than I have in my whole channel's history. I want to sit down, I want to talk about what I do differently, my advice, what I know now, things like that. So if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, then I'm hopefully going to have some good advice. But if you're not thinking of starting a YouTube channel, then I am going to be doing a get ready with me. So you can sit back, you can enjoy this video as well. I'm going to be doing some bright, fun, colourful makeup as always. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, like and subscribe. I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup. I love get ready with me's, project pans, and I'm dabbling in reviews as well. So if that sounds like a good time to you, then definitely stick around. So I'm going to zoom you guys in just because I am going to do Sorry, that was my drain. I've got some drain issues. So I'm going to prime with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I started this channel in lockdown. So technically my channel's birthday was back in April, but I was a little bit late. I'm really sorry. It's a belated birthday celebration. I'm going to use my ShellWe Deathless Spirit palette today. It's just the teeny tiniest little palette. It looks like this. It's so cute. I'll probably pull in a few other little bits and bobs to pair with it because I've got a look in mind. And I think I'm going to need a few more shades. So let's jump into it. So yeah, back in the day, my first ever video that I uploaded was a glow up video. I was seeing loads of them going around the internet and I was like, I want to do a glow up video as well. So I did. I did my makeup, I curled my hair, I did my nails, and that video got like 90 views or something like that. And I was so unbelievably happy. I feel like I'm a completely different person to who I was when I started this channel. I just come out of college when I'd started this channel. I remember we were going to do a show. If you don't know, I'm musical theatre trained. And we were going to do a show. I really didn't want to do the show. And I was saying to my tutors, I don't want to do the show. I'm not going to do the show. I'm literally just going to do my written work and then go home and then not do the show. And they were like, no, you're going to do the show. And then lockdown hit. So I didn't do the show. So I was like the only one that was over the moon, well happy about that. And I just remember coming home. I had uploaded on this channel before when I was in high school, which seems like decades ago. I had uploaded just a few like little, I don't even know what to call them, like little vlog things, they're all gone now. Don't go searching for them. They are all gone. But like I had my friends round, we'd film silly little videos, things like that, but I don't really count that as like the start of my YouTube because that was just messing around, you know? I kind of count the start of my YouTube as 4 years ago. So I already had the channel, so I just started uploading again. It was something to do during lockdown. No one could do anything. And I was like, well, I really enjoyed doing YouTube back then when I was in high school, so I'm going to do YouTube again. And I actually had a vision this time. I had a path. I knew where I was going. I wanted to go down this kind of makeup route and beauty and lifestyle, things like that. And I'd really gotten into it. So that's what happened. That's how this channel was born. There definitely was some regret about stopping my YouTube career. It wasn't a career when I was back in high school, but the reason I stopped originally when I was in high school is because when I moved to college, I was worried that I was going to get bullied for having a YouTube channel. So I just stopped posting as much. Well, I stopped posting at all the way through college because I just didn't really want to be bullied. I kind of felt like I was, I don't know, a very, very small fish in a very, very big pond. And I didn't want to draw any more attention to myself. So I just stopped uploading on YouTube. I didn't want to, you know, draw attention to myself and things like that. So I just stopped. And I really wish I didn't, because in 4 years I've got this far. who knows how far I could be right now if I'd have kept going through college and had those extra 2 years, you know? But we can't live in regret, so it is what it is. That's what I did, but I really wouldn't... So I see this a lot. I see a lot of people end their YouTube channels because they feel like they're going to get bullied or they don't want people to find out. If this is a true passion of yours, just keep going. Like, I really wish that I would have just kept going throughout that, because I could be getting like brand deals right now. You know, you never know. With those extra 2 years, you never know where I could be right now, and I could be earning big bucks. I could have bought a house. You know, you never know. So I really wish I'd have kept going, but that's fine. So I'm going to go in with this deep grey shade. I'm probably going to use all of these shades today. So I'm going to use the grey just on this outer part of my eye and just kind of make it a little bit more smoky. So yeah, lockdown hit and I thought, well, no one can bully me for having a YouTube channel anymore. So I'd wanted to start it again all the way through college, to be honest. Like, I did miss it. Then that is why as soon as I was let go and I was free, I just picked it up straight away again. I've got mega fallout from that, but that's fine. I'm now going to go in with, what's this called? Worship, which is the bright neon yellow. I love this shade so much. I'm just using my fingers for these. I feel like they work best just with a finger. And I'm going to start popping that on the inner part of this look, just there. I am going to use a different shade to blend them together, but for now I'm just going to put it all over the lid. So yeah, I remember I did that glow up video. Then I did a new makeup releases, and that did really well. Like, for me at the time, it got about 90 views, which was like, you know, really, really good. And then it just kind of dropped off a little bit. I felt like my first few videos did quite well, considering I just started out. And then the rest of my videos didn't do very well. And that was the start of the struggle. Oh no, I've got some of the grey eyeshadow in the yellow eyeshadow. I'm gonna have to... okay. That's the really difficult thing about these teeny tiny palettes, is the shades get mixed up all the time. They do bigger versions of this palette if you wanted like a proper full version, but I got the mini one because it's really cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my Pan That palette in order, and I'm gonna use this green that I'm currently working on, and I'm hoping that this will kind of blend those two together a little bit, or not. No, it does. It does. Does it? Yeah. So when I first started, I was just kind of throwing things at the wall and seeing what stuck, because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what niche I wanted to be in. I didn't know anything. Just knew I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to do makeup on YouTube, and that is it. So I started doing my like creative, bright, colourful looks, and of course I'm still doing that now. That was what I wanted to be kind of known for, is my bright, out there, pretty different makeup style. I didn't want to be one of the neutral girlies, you know, and I knew that I wanted to be something a little bit different. And that has pulled through to this very day. And I remember for the first few months, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of copying everyone else, I feel like, which is great to get started, but you do definitely need like a niche. You do need a bit of an action plan before you kind of go real into it. So I remember moving out, going to uni, and throughout all this time I was uploading on YouTube. I really loved it. I wasn't earning any money from it. I didn't earn money from YouTube until 2 years ago. So this is my second year, I think, earning money. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I started it, I'll put it on screen. I can't remember when I started earning money, but it was a while in. This whole like mindset that YouTube is like a really easy way to earn money, big fat lie. Big fat lie. It's definitely not. You have to work so hard to earn even a penny on YouTube. And I definitely learned that the hard way. I thought that I'd be able to be earning money in a few months, you know, get big, be busy mates with, I don't know, Zoeva, and be part of their group. But no, it's still not happened 4 years later. I actually really love this green with these two colours. What do you think? I think it merges them really nicely. I might use Fairy Garden on the eyes, but I don't want to dull it any. I don't know. What do I do? There is this shade Radiance, but I think it pulls a lot more blue on the eyes, so I'm gonna stick with Fairy Garden. Fairy Garden isn't a duochrome, it's just a nice glitter pigment. So I use brow glue as glitter glue. If you're unaware and you're needing a glitter glue, then go grab your brow glue. It does the exact same thing. It's Brill. You're welcome. There you go. I still have blue glitter as well in my eyebrows from yesterday, so if you've noticed that, I apologise. Oh, that's nice. This is definitely more of like a goldy green. Look at that. And you can get 20% off the pastel roses with my code. That is Caitlin20. And again, this is the shade Fairy Garden. It's definitely not one of those in-your-face duochromes. It's just a really nice, kind of loose, glittery pigment. So if you're a little bit on the fence about all the duochrominess, it can get a little bit overwhelming, but these ones are really pretty. So I think at the time I was doing 3 videos a week. When I first started out, and that was because I was at uni full-time. Well, it was technically a drama school, so I was dancing a lot. I had like no energy ever, and I was doing my YouTube. I'm pretty sure it was 3 times a week to start, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I did that for a very, very long time. I did 3 days for quite a few years. And I remember when I was in my first apartment in Liverpool, so my first year of uni, probably my first year of doing YouTube, I discovered project panning. Actually, no, that's a lie. I discovered project panning before I even moved out to Liverpool. I remember because I did a Pan That Palette intro with my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I was living here. I hadn't moved out yet, and I did the intro and never updated it because I realised it was really hard. But I started project panning, and that really did boost me quite a lot. I've spoken a lot since to bigger YouTubers, so some of you may know that about a month ago Angelica Neekfish shouted me out, which, like, oh my god, wow, me, little old me. I'm going to use my ABH foundation, which is leaking. I'll link everything down below, as always. It's the same with all of my videos. Everything will always be linked down below. But I probably will forget to talk about something, so there you go. But yeah, I've been talking to Angelica Neekvist and things like that about project panning, and they have said, like all the bigger YouTubers have said, that project panning is such a great way of getting a following and building a really, really loyal community. But the project panning space, I guess, is quite small. So you get a lot of views because everyone in that space loves watching project panning and supporting project panning, but to grow, it's a little bit difficult if you're just doing project panning. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit because I feel like we are a little bit close. But I didn't know that to start. I just was doing project panning because it was getting me loads of views and everyone loved it and I loved doing it and things like that. And so I just got in the kind of habit, or got in the mindset, I guess, of the more project pans that I do, the more views I'll get and the quicker I'll grow. Now, normally that would be correct, but with project panning, like I said before, and like Angelica and everyone else have said to me, it's a limited pool of people, I think. Amazing people. I love all of you guys so much, and I'm not going to be quitting project panning anytime soon. I am cutting back a little bit, but I'm still going to be doing project panning for as long as I can for right now. But I definitely didn't realise that you couldn't get millions of subscribers just from project panning, and that is something that I've been learning. My channel grew very slowly, to be honest. Like, it grew very, very slowly, but to be honest, I was only uploading 3 days a week, and I was full-time in uni, so, you know, I couldn't really put the time that I really wanted to put into my YouTube channel because I was so focused on uni, I was so focused on my grades, I was so focused on everything like that, that, I don't know, just YouTube was something that I loved doing, but I knew I couldn't put in the time that I wanted to put into it because of other commitments, and that's fine. Having a full-time job or having a full-time uni course is a very good excuse to not post on YouTube every day. And I feel like my first year of uni and my second year of uni, I loved what I was doing. I loved theatre. I loved what I was doing. But then third year hit And that's when things started to change for me and what I wanted for my career and what I wanted for myself. So I was still uploading 3 videos a week, I think, at this point, and I fell out of love with theatre big time. It was like a big breakup. That's all I can describe it as. It was really quite shocking. When you study something for so long and when you study something for years and you're working towards this big career, then to wake up one day and think, oh, I actually don't like this, it's really shocking. And it's a little bit scary, to be honest, because you think, oh my God, I wasted all this time. I've wasted all this energy. I've wasted all this money. Student loans are not cheap, to do something that I don't want to do. And I promise this is gonna circle back onto YouTube. I promise. So it was at this point where I decided I was gonna upload 5 videos a week. And I started doing that last year. So in 2020, what year are we now? In 2023. In 2023, I decided that I was going to do 5 videos a week. It was after having a conversation with my ex, who I didn't live with at this point. We'd moved out because he went traveling. That's a whole different story. I'm not going to go into it. But he kind of said to me, you need to focus on what you actually love doing, because otherwise you're just going to get depressed. And I mean, that was one of the only good pieces of advice I ever got from him. So I decided, even though I was in uni every day, full time, I was gonna do 5 videos a week on YouTube. And that was pretty stressful, not gonna lie. A lot of my time was taken up with that. And I think that's where I really started to fall down the trap of more project pans equals better. Because I now had these 2 extra videos to do a week, I think it was easy to just put project pans out because I knew they got the views. I really enjoyed project panning. You guys really loved watching project panning content. So I was like, well, this is great. I have the time to do 2 more project pans. So that's what I did. Throughout my whole 3rd year of uni, I uploaded 5 videos a week. I was a busy gal. And that's when I really thought, like, YouTube is what I want to do. Like, I want to do YouTube. I'm so happy doing YouTube. I'd have a horrible day in the studios and I'd come home, do my YouTube, sit at my little desk and just be so happy, playing with makeup, doing different makeup looks, doing a few reviews. I did do a few reviews back then. I remember I did the Beauty Bay Book of Magic review. I reviewed NBA Cosmetics. I did a few little bits and bobs, but it definitely wasn't reviews, you know? So then I finished uni. I graduated this time last year, which is crazy to me. That is just, yeah, time flies. Time really flies. I graduated in July. And then in December, I started Vlogmas. And Vlogmas, if you don't know what Vlogmas is where a lot of YouTubers will upload every single day because a lot of people say it's to celebrate Christmas, and I mean it is, but also AdSense is amazing in December. So the more videos you post in December, the better, because you're going to get a big fat payout. So I decided, I think it was in December, to start doing Vlogmas. I did Vlogmas before, and I thought, well, I'm already uploading 5 videos a week, so I may as well just do 7. And then Vlogmas came and went, and I just thought, I found this all right. I found uploading every day pretty easy, actually. So I'm going to continue to upload every single day, and I have until now, and I'm going to keep uploading every single day. I feel like that felt like very final, you know? No, I'm going to still upload every single day, 7 videos a week since December. That's what I've been doing. And that is when my channel really, like, blew up, I think. This year has been insane for me. Like, it really has. This whole year, my growth this year, like, I started with 3,300 subscribers this year, and I'm currently at like 4.4k. So 1,000 subscribers in 7 months, which I think is amazing. But it's been, up until recently, I have still stayed in that project panning mindset. And I've wanted to move away from purely project panning for a few reasons. So number one is that I am getting very overwhelmed. I've started to get a lot of PR, which also, like, side note, oh my God, like, I'm getting PR. I've got like 4 PR boxes this month. And with project panning, because I'm doing so many projects, I'd say like half of the videos on my channel are project pans. Because I'm doing so many project pans, I can't use it. I can't use the new things that I buy. I can't use the new things that I'm sent. And I feel not obliged, but when I get sent something, it's never with the condition that I film with it. Brands will never send a product and say, yeah, you have to film with it unless you're being like paid physical money. If it's just PR and if it's just free product, there's no conditions to that. But I still feel like I want to film with it, you know, just from my conscience, I guess. Because they've sent me some things and they don't have to do that. It's cost them money. So I want to film with it. If it's good or if it's bad, I want to give them time on my channel and I want to make sure that their investment in me is good, you know? I'm not being paid for it, but I've been sent the products. So I want to use them. I want to show them off and I want to get excited about them. But it's really hard to do that when I'm project panning. So this month, at the start of this month, I decided that I was going to buy the Cosmic Brushes Culturals palette. And I also bought the Beauty Bay Botanicals palette. And I did reviews on both of those palettes. And I did a 3 Looks 1 palette with both of those palettes as well. And that was like my game plan, to kind of do a few little reviews, nothing like crazy, not a review every day. I still want to do my project pans. I'm still going to be doing Pan That Palette. I love Pan That Palette so much. So I'm still going to be doing that. I'm still going to be doing different bits and bobs. But I also want to, you know, do a little bit of review-based content as well. And since then, my channel's blown up. Like this month has been crazy for me. So my original goal for the first 6 months of the year was to have 4,000 subscribers by my boyfriend's birthday, which was the 17th of June. I actually hit 4.1k on Ben's birthday, which was like crazy for me. A whole 100 subscribers ahead of scheduling. And that was 17th of June. I'm filming this on the 21st of July and I'm on like 4.4k. Like, that is crazy to me. My reviews have both done really, really well. The affiliate links from those reviews have done really, really well. I do get a small commission if you shop using any of my links down in the description. So when I say everything will be linked down below, that is all affiliate links. And I've earned, I know it's like really taboo to talk about earnings and stuff, but I've earned about £60 just from affiliate links from my Botanicals palette. That is more than AdSense has ever paid in like 3 days. That was over a 3-day span. And for me, obviously it's not all about the money, but I would love this to be a full-time thing. So if I can balance reviews and project pans, I'm going to see my earnings like double. They're already going up more and more every month, but if I can just double them straight off the bat, like that would be insane. And I feel like doing that, I can actually earn a living from this. For the first time this month, I think, I've actually sat down and thought, I can actually earn a living from this. I should say as well, back in January, it was the first week of January, I remember, I went job hunting because I was earning, I think Vlogmas earned me about £180, just AdSense money. And that was all I was earning. I wasn't earning anything else. And as you can probably imagine, earning £180 a month, just that, was a little bit stressful. I don't have any outgoings. I still live with my mum, which is great. I buy my own food. I buy my own like makeup and clothes, things like that. But other than that, I really, like, I'm pretty fine. I'm really good. But I decided to get an office job. And so I went out on the first weekend of January. I went out looking for a job, and then on the 30th of January I got hired at the place that I'm working at now, and I really love it. And I thought, oh no, this is gonna obviously take a lot of time away from my YouTube, and maybe I'm gonna have to go down to 5 days a week again. Thankfully I've not had to do that, and I'm on 2 days a week right now at my office job, so it's not like it's a full-time thing. However, if they offer me 3 days, I will probably go for it, but that's probably the only, you know, hour raise that I will take. I probably won't do 4 days because this is still what I want to do for a living. I don't want to get caught in that trap of earning loads of money from my office job and being stuck there and kind of like letting go of my YouTube channel to earn more money at an office job. I want to balance the two, and I'm really excited to do that. The reason that I can get into reviews more and the reason that I can do more varied content is because I'm now earning an actual wage, and I'm not stuck to £200 a month trying to juggle groceries and clothes and things like that. Travel was a big one, transport. I do have to travel to my boyfriend's house sometimes, and buses can be a little bit expensive when you add them up a little bit. So it's just, I don't know. I think getting this office job was good for my mental health, if anything. Just like my mental health thrived because I was leaving the house. I think before, because I was just doing YouTube, I wasn't leaving the house at all. And that was really, really, like, not great for me. My mental health was not good. And also because I was earning this extra money, I started going to the gym. I've met so many lovely people at the gym. I've started socializing more, going out more, things like that. And that means, like I said, I can do more reviews. I can buy a few extra things. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that when I started uploading a few reviews, I suddenly got like 4 PR packages. Convenient timing. That's interesting timing. But that was almost like a big thumbs up from the universe, being like, yes, you're doing the right thing. This is the right path for your channel. Like I said, project pans aren't going anywhere. I am going to cut back on the amount that I do, but project pans as a concept is going to be a staple on my channel. I'm still going to be doing them for the foreseeable future. I don't have any plans to stop doing them, so don't worry about that. But I've just seen so much reward since starting doing reviews, and this is like my baby. This is like my business. I spoke to my boss at work about like businesses and things like that, because I do see this as my business. I know I'm only a tiny influencer, but I see it as my business, and me and my boss talk about like business things all the time, and it's just really, really nice to just sit down and talk to someone about things like this, because they know like your business is your baby, and I'm so determined and so just like, I've got this like bee in my bonnet in the best way about like doing this and growing this and doing whatever I can to grow this channel and to see this channel thrive, because this is what I want to do. I felt that way about theatre, and when the bubble burst with theatre, I spent about a week panicking because I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? All the way throughout my 3rd year, as I said, I'd come home, I'd be so depressed, I'd be so upset, I'd just be like really, really down. And as soon as I put this camera on, as soon as I started filming, as soon as I started putting my makeup on, I was just so unbelievably happy. And it was like it was staring me in the face what I wanted to do. And I'm so glad that I started doing my little YouTube channel way back in lockdown and putting makeup on my face to 90 people. And now here I am with over 4,000, nearly 5,000 people. I'm earning a decent little living here on YouTube, and I'm just like, I'm thriving. I feel like the best person, the best version of me. I'm gonna not forget to do my brows again. That's been a little habit that I've been doing recently, a little quirk. A few people were a little bit annoyed when I announced that I was cutting back on project pans, and I don't really want to open old wounds and stuff like that, but I would like to address it. People took that video as me saying that I'm like basically abandoning my audience who have got me so far. I'm not doing that. I'm really not doing that at all. For me, it's just I want to use my products. I've got so many products here. I'm looking at my makeup drawers and I'm like, haven't used that this year, haven't used that this year. Why? Because I'm so focused on finishing a blush or one highlighter or one eyeshadow that I can't use things, and I really don't like that. I also want things to be fresh for you guys. I don't want to come on camera and be like, hey, I'm using the same eyeshadow palette again from like 2016, like it's modern renaissance time. Like, no, it's not enjoyable for you guys. I want to be fresh, I want to be new, I want to have that mix between old and new. I think a lot of people as well were worried that I was just going to turn into this like review channel and just like pump out reviews. That's not going to happen either. I love project panning. but I just need a break from doing about 50 different projects. So I'm probably going to pan that palette, pan that face palette, pan those eyeshadows, maybe deck of panning or fantasy, one of the other, my rolling project pan, and maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm really not sure. You're going to have to let me know what you want to see, because I'm thinking of about 5. I think 5's a good number. 1 a week plus 1. I think that's a good number to be at. And I feel like with that number, I can actually use my collection as well. Talking of project panning, everyone look at this eyeshadow. So I'm going to say, oh my god, I didn't do the front of my brows. One minute. So yeah, I don't want anyone to think that I'm just like upping and abandoning my project panning audience. I'm not doing that. I don't think I said that I was doing that, but I think a few people might have panicked maybe. I'm not doing that, don't worry. So I'm going to go back into the ShellWe palette. This is a brand that I would love to know more about as well. I did do a review of this palette. Didn't do the best. I think it's because ShellWe is such a small brand that people maybe don't know about them. But I would love to try more of their stuff because I love this palette so much. I'm thinking Beauty Bay is probably going to be like a pretty staple brand for me to review on my channel, just because like that Botanicals palette review went insane. It went a bit crazy. I was like so overwhelmed by that. That is my most successful video on my channel. Maybe not views wise, but like monetary wise, 100%. And obviously it's not all about the monetary value of things, but I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think you guys loved it. That's what I got from the like comments and the feedback from it. So if you guys love it and I'm also benefiting from it as well, like why not keep doing it? Why not try and make it work, you know? I just think that my channel has gone through so many changes over the past 4 years. Like, it is kind of mad. But I only just feel like I'm finding my niche. That's the thing. I feel like I've only just got a proper game plan of what I want to do and what I want to have this channel be. And it's taken me 4 years. So it's just a testament to that saying that like YouTube's really easy to earn money on. Like, it's really not. It's just a testament to that. Yes, there are people that get millions of subscribers in a few months. That is very, very unusual, let's say that. But recently as well, I've upgraded my camera. I upgraded to a Canon 90D. That's amazing. The reason that I can do that is because of my office job. I also upgraded my laptop recently as well. I've got the HP Envy laptop now. And I mean, the reason I can do that is because of my office job. Like, I am so grateful. I feel like I've got the perfect balance between everything right now. And I'm just really, really grateful. I can't wait to see another 4 years. What's going to happen in another 4 years? Like, I'm so excited. Like, I still have that drive. I still have that passion. And I'm so excited. I feel like my journey's only just getting started, as like cheesy as that is. I know it's pretty cheesy, but it's true. I'm just going to do a black in the waterline, I think. I need to sharpen this. This is going to stab me in the eye. I already know it. No, I'm going to sharpen it. That's a bit too close for comfort. I know that it's going to take a very long time, and I know that it's going to be a journey. Like, it's not going to be easy at all, but I feel like for the first time in my whole channel really existing, I've got this vision and I've got this like plan. You know, I'm fully confident in this plan. Like, when I started my channel, it was just something to do while no one could go outside, and I did not think it would get this big or this far. And then when I started going to uni, obviously I wouldn't have gone to drama school if I didn't think that I was going to be an actor. Like, you know, that's just how it goes. It's only really been in the past year that I've really knuckled down and gone like, this is what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to make this work. I'm going to put all my time and energy and effort into this because this is what I want to do. I also feel like YouTube has seen me through so much over the past few years. Like, I remember when me and my last ex broke up, everyone in my comment section was telling me, oh my god, you're buzzing. You're like so happy. We love seeing you so happy. We can see a difference in you. And that was crazy to me. Like that was like, oh my god, I always thought that I came on camera with like the best happy version of myself. And for you guys, like even now, I feel so overwhelmed by that in the best way possible. I even got messages saying like, we are so happy for you. You look so happy. And for you guys to see my growth as well as a person, and like for you guys to see me thrive in the way that I have, it's just really like, it's so nice for me. It's something really special that I don't think I could ever replicate. And I feel like we're like mates. I feel like I come on camera every day, sit down and just talk to my mates, you know? And if I can do this as a job, which again, for the first time ever this few months, I've really thought that I could do this as a full-time thing. Before, it was always like hopeful. Like, I hope that I can do this as a full-time thing. But the past few months, it's like, no, I can do this. I can do this. And if I can, like that's like mind-blowing to me in the best way. So I'm going to try a lip product today again that I've had issues with. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick in Natasha. I am so confused by this lipstick because it looks kind of green in real life, but then on camera it doesn't. So I decided to fill in my whole lips with my lip liner, and instead I'm just going to kind of dot it in the center and just kind of do a lot less of it than I would normally do. Okay, that's better, I think. It's kind of like an ombre. Yeah, I feel like I like that a lot better. It is a little bit dry, so I'm going to use my Fenty lip gloss. Okay, that's a nice... Okay, this is so milky and disgusting already. Look at this. Nice, nice. Lashes. Let's not forget them. But yeah, if I sat down maybe with me now when I first started my channel, what would I say? I'd probably say like, don't expect everything to happen straight off the bat. It's such a waiting game, and it is like crazy because some months you'll have really, really good months, and then the next month you'll get nothing. And that really affected me for quite a while. It still does, really. Right now, my channel's going through a little bit of a quiet spot. I've just had loads and loads and loads of PR. I had like 4 PR messages in the space of like 10 days. And now it's just kind of like plateaued a little bit. But you can't get upset about that because that's just the nature of doing this job. Some months are great. Some months are not great. Let's say that for free. And you've just got to keep going. Consistency is key. Sounds so cheesy. Like everyone has heard this so many times before, but honestly, it's like, it's true. The reason why everyone says it so much is because shock horror, it's the truth. And I just think, just like any business, it's when you really start putting your all into it, and that's when it'll take off. That's when you'll really see the rewards of doing this, is when you sit down and you think, I'm going to do this. Heart and soul, body, mind, everything, blood, sweat and tears. I'm going to be doing this. And that's when things really start kicking off. I think such a strange thing about the YouTube world is seeing people come and go from the communities that you're in. You know, the panning community, especially 4 years ago, was quite different. There wasn't that many people in the community. I feel like it has blown up in the past 4 years since I've been here. And seeing people come, but also seeing people leave, like, that's really upsetting. That's really sad. There are a few project panners that they inspired me to start doing what I'm doing now, and they don't upload anymore. And that's really, like, I don't know, it's just really strange. It's really strange, but I guess it's just like seeing a co-worker leave, you know? I've done my big lashes because we're celebrating my channel's birthday today. All the makeup blindness girlies can look at my big ass lashes. Here we go. I was going to do my smaller lashes, but then I just thought, nah, it's fine. So here we go. Yeah, I wanted to talk about my milestones. 4 years doing what I've been doing. It is It's just gone so quick. Honestly, it's gone so fast, and I cannot wait for the next 4 years because good things are happening. Good things are going to be happening. I've got a game plan. I've got a whole business plan. It's going to be great. Hopefully. I know, I really think it is. It's going to be the start of a new era, I think, of Caitlin Costello, and I really hope that you are buckled in for the ride. But this is it. This is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. Let me know, when did you start watching? Were you here all the way back from years ago, or are you a new subscriber? I love you all so much, whether new or old to this channel, and maybe we can reminisce in the comments about some past videos, some past events. I don't know. Let me know everything you want to say down below. But with that being said, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. Have an incredible day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.